Ladies and gentlemen, today I've got something interesting for you guys. If you kind of missed it, last week we kind of got a bunch of information on what is next to come for Black Ops Cold War and for Warzone. So I wanted to take a minute. You just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
Bro, you're not Will Smith.
I know, man. It's called a joke.
It wasn't funny, but try again.
Again?
Yeah, just say the end.
Like,
this is the end, man.
but I just said the whole thing.
Just do it.
Of a town called Bel Air. Aw, you're an ass. Alright, so what we're going to be doing today is having a look at the Season 1 Reloaded roadmap. And as far as this roadmap goes, it actually only shows a portion of the things that we know are going to be coming in the next little while to Black Ops Cold War, to Warzone, and of course Modern Warfare as well. So what we're going to do is start off by looking at all of those things coming in the roadmap, having a brief discussion about them, and then at the end of the video, we're going to go into the information and the things that aren't on the roadmap that are in the game files as of right now. For example, like Soap McTavish, and talk about when we can expect to see those, because those things are some of the most confusing things I've seen as far as DLC goes for Call of Duty games so far. So let's start with the roadmap. So as far as this roadmap goes, I actually wanted to start out with something that isn't necessarily right on this roadmap, but is actually the middle of it, which is the character who's standing there with the weapon. So who is this mysterious character standing in the middle? First of all, the background is appearingly zombies going through an ether portal or something along those lines. And then the character, I believe, is Bulldozer with some sort of new skin. I don't think it's a brand new character. A lot of people were saying that. I'm pretty sure it's Bulldozer. If you have any other ideas, you can let me know. As far as the weapon that he's holding, it appears to be some sort of Mastercraft variant. What it is or what weapon it is, I don't know. Kind of looks like an AK to me, but I could be totally off with that one. So going back to the roadmap, the next big thing, and probably the biggest thing on this, is the new zombies map. This is coming out on February 4th, and which is a Thursday, and it is called Firebase Z. The description that they gave us in the blog post is this: with the site of Project End Station destroyed after investigating the dark ether anomaly in Poland, the Requiem response team led by Grigory Weaver now turns its attention to the latest outbreak site, codenamed Firebase Z. Now, based off of this image, there's not too much we can go off of. Front and center, there is a brand new type of zombie, which is pretty cool. Not sure if that's going to be a boss zombie or just some sort of zombie that spawns in at later rounds. We'll have to wait and see. Now, based off of this image, you can't get a lot of information. They're in some sort of big dome in the background, but other than that, I don't know. Now, based off of some of the teasers that were given to us, the basic general idea is that this map takes place in Vietnam in a city called Khe Sanh. Now, this is actually a location of a mission in Black Ops 1, the mission SOG. You have Hudson there, you have Woods there, you have Mason there, and it's a pretty major mission within that game. Now, will that tie in to what we see in this map? I doubt it, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. As far as some other stuff coming on February 1st, a new perk called Tombstone Soda. Well, kind of a new perk. It's been in older zombies games. But of course, there's new tiers with it as well that you can level up. First of all, your shadow form can regenerate health, increase down duration to 60 seconds, and if you do die, you drop a stash if you get the third tier. Pretty straightforward. We've seen Tombstone Soda before in zombies games. It's not my favorite perk. It's probably one of my least favorite perks, but hey, it's coming back. On top of that, they're just adding in new things like new support for score streaks and intel and things along those lines, just buffing the game, making sure all of the bugs are out of it. And then the one other thing that they're adding to zombies on February 4th for the PlayStation players is you are going to be able to play Onslaught on Raid, which is of course the newest map. Nothing too fancy there. Going back to the roadmap, the next thing that we have here is on January 21st, which is this Thursday, Zeyna or however you say it is coming to the game officially in a bundle. So as far as Zeyna goes, she's actually been in the game since the beginning of Season 1, so she's been there for a while, and you can actually check out her bio. She is a part of the DGSE, which is essentially the French Foreign Intelligence Agency, so kind of like the French CIA. Her citizenship is Senegalese, which means she's from Senegal. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but that's an odd one. I don't think we've ever had that for an operator before. Her date of birth is January 13th, 1956, and her description is this: Senegal-born DGSE mobility and heavy weapons specialist, Zeyna has been a motorhead for as long as she can remember. Growing up around the garages of her rally driver father, she jokes that she has gasoline in her veins. So she likes driving cars, she uses heavy weapons, and that's basically all you need to know about her. And she is coming out this week on Thursday. The next thing that we have coming on February 4th is Express, which is a new multiplayer map. Now, this is not a remake map. It's remastered. It's the same old map from Black Ops 2 with better graphics. It's exact same, the same lines of sight. And this was a really good competitive map back in Black Ops 2. It was one of the best search and destroy maps. Now, there kind of is this trend with them bringing back old maps from Black Ops 2 and potentially other Black Ops games, and all of them so far have been really good competitive maps. Now, we're going to get into it in a second why I don't think that's a coincidence, but as far as this map goes, I don't love it for respawn game modes, but it's really good for search, and I don't know how I feel about it not being a brand new map to the game and them just bringing back literally remastered maps, which are exactly the same as the old maps. I would also like to see some newer maps as well. I like having the classic maps. It gives me that nostalgia, but still, I'd like to see some new maps. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Now, speaking of competitive maps, the next thing we have is Leagueplay. Now, this says it's coming in season. They didn't give us a date. My best guess would be the 28th. That's a week that they don't have anything planned, and it's also the week that COD League or CDL actually is starting up once again. So it would make sense for them to add that in all at the same time. This is going to have an ELO system, ranked play like we are used to seeing, well, somewhat used to seeing in other COD games. It's going to be interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see if some of the maps that are included in the map rotation are these tried and true Black Ops 2 maps, because we already know that they work in League play and CDL play. So I'm also excited to see whether or not those are going to be some of the CDL maps as well. Then the final thing we have on the roadmap is new playlists. So first of all, let's go over the Warzone playlist. We have Buyback, which is already in the game, Armored Royale, which has already been in the game, Mini Royale, which has already been in the game, and Rumble, which has already been in the game. This is kind of upsetting to me that there are literally 0 new Warzone playlists coming the rest of the season. It makes me think that something big is going to be coming with Season 2 of Warzone, but I have nothing to confirm that. We'll have to wait and see. Also, just kind of a side note here, one of my favorite playlists was Zombies Royale, back from Haunting of Verdansk. There's no sign of that coming back, and I really hope they do, because it's literally been my favorite playlist in Warzone thus far, but that's just kind of a side note. And then we have our multiplayer playlist. So the first one is Dropkick. This was added last week, essentially Team Defender, but the map explodes at the end. After this, we have Snipers Only Mosh Pit, which I believe is going to come out next week, not this week, and that's just Mosh Pit, but you can only use sniper rifles. And then it says and more, but they did put another playlist in the blog post from last week. It's called Endurance. I don't know when this is coming, but it's coming in Season 1, and essentially this is the same thing as Fireteam Dirty Bomb, except every time one of the bomb sites explodes, another one is added to the map. It's basically like the exact same thing, except at one point in the game, all of the gunfight won't be pushed towards one bomb site, which I actually think is kind of worse, but you can let me know what you think down in the comments. So then we have our weird stuff, and this revolves around Modern Warfare. So there's been a ton of game files data mined. For example, Soap McTavish being added. He has bundles in the game. There's another character with bundles in the game that are not currently there. On top of this, there are 2 new weapons, the CX-9 and the pistol that is called the Psychov. There are also some data mined maps that are currently not in the game, and it's very rare at this point for DLC or microtransactions to be released for older Call of Duty games that are 2 years old. Now, they have been consistently putting out 1 bundle a week in Modern Warfare that work in Warzone as well. So when are these things like Soap McTavish and these new weapons going to be added to Warzone and Modern Warfare? Well, your guess is as good as mine, but I have a couple of decent guesses. First of all, after February 4th, there's essentially 20 days left of Season 1 where no content is planned for Black Ops Cold War. Those 20 days could be a good opportunity to release this content for Modern Warfare and Warzone. The other option is with Season 2, they could add in a completely different event for Modern Warfare where they add in Soap, where they add in new weapons, but also they wouldn't want to take attention away from Season 2 of Black Ops Cold War, so that would be a little bit weird as well. So I guess my answer to this is I don't freaking know when this stuff is going to be added in. Your guess is as good as mine, but it's there. It's literally in the game. We're just waiting for them to put it live. I'm really looking forward to Soap being added, but whenever that happens, I will keep you guys updated. But as for now, I'm just as confused as you are with that. But anyway, this is everything we know about Season 1 Reloaded. There is a good amount of content for zombies, but as far as Warzone goes, there's essentially nothing that's going to be happening till Season 2, which potentially could mean something really big happening with Season 2, like a new Warzone map, which we've talked about in a previous video a couple days ago. If you want to check that out, it'll be down in the description. But this is everything we know so far. If you enjoyed the video, it's always appreciated if you hit that like button. New to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.